Hello there. What's the hubbub? Be mindful of your thoughts, Snyder Bros. The DCU is winning with the high ground. The dark side of the Snyderverse is the past. It is all but ashes now. The Gunn has won. Let's actually start with some Clayface news. Here is a summary of the CinemaCon footage. By the way, please subscribe and tap the notification bell so you can be kept in the loop on new video uploads. His face is bandaged and only his eyes are visible. Someone attacks him with a knife and pumps chemicals into him, giving him powers. Pre-accident flashbacks show his life as an actor. He underwent a scientific procedure that turned his body into clay. Next is a montage of his horrible transformation, including red skin, lips fused, hands morph into hammer-like shapes, mostly shadows shown, and people screaming. His face changes often, showing him without an eye or mouth. He even wipes away his entire face one time. It looks terrifying and nothing like any other DCU movies. There is also practical body horror vibes stylistically. The footage is musically set to a slowed-down song, Do You Realize, by the Flaming Lips. On a Lobo update, Jason Momoa discussed how immediately he morphed into the character and felt at one with playing him.
Can you even compare the feeling about doing Lobo compared to like Aquaman when they're both these larger than life?
Aquaman was tough. I mean, that was a very challenging part of my life because Drogo was probably the biggest thing. So I had to keep that a secret for years, which sucks. You don't get to enjoy like when it happens. You're just gonna announce it. Putting on Aquaman, it was cool grabbing the trident. It was wonderful, but you're also, it was really scary. You're like, this is guy who's been made fun of in most comics. And we brought a whole new life to that. Lobo's like,
that's you.
Lobo,
that's
I
you.
Want to play this character, and so like when you put everything on, you're like, oh my god, it's so good. Put in the big red eyes, and you open up your eyes, and you go look in the mirror, and you're staring back at that guy, and then walking out of the trailer and walking to set, and the sounds of the chains and everything, like when you're walking in, and you just kind of see everyone staring at you. It's probably the most boss level I've ever done.
It's clear Aquaman was not a calling, but Lobo is. On Adria Arjona, over 2 years ago, there were rumors that James Gunn reached out towards her on interest for playing Wonder Woman. Currently, Variety and Deadline are stating she's playing Maxima. While those are major trades, I'd like to see how this plays out. I would still be surprised if she pivoted to playing a different role than Wonder Woman. On Supergirl, Milly Alcock expanded on her thoughts in an interview recently.
Wrapped your brain around it yet?
No. I mean, it's an incredibly exciting experience.
Sure.
Like, it's such a privilege to be like, oh my God, this is my life, and how wonderful that it's all kind of happening and worked out, and I'm going to be okay. But then equally, I'm utterly terrified.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, it is going to all work out, and I am okay, and people are going to have an opinion about it.
There are going to be a lot of little girls
I
who
know,
see this.
and that's really going to get me. That's going to be the thing that I'm like, it's going to like well me up. Yeah. I feel such kinship with Kara, and I just really want this film to be seen by as many young women, I think, specifically, as possible, because I think the message is like, to be good, you have to be a bit bad. Like, it's okay to be flawed. It's okay to be messy as long as your heart is in the right place.
She's a bad bitch with a heart of gold.
She is. That is the tagline.
My thoughts are when she highlights that you can be messy, or even bad in some ways. This actually seems quite different than a girl boss trope. She's not going to be perfect. Like male superheroes, she can have flaws and rise above them.
The internet is bullying Milly Alcock for her looks in Supergirl, and I gotta say, it's giving little dick syndrome. Now, before all the comments of she ain't gonna let you fuck gang comes in, piss off, because I think you're pathetic, immature, and you're not a real fan, and you don't deserve to call yourself a real fan, because at the end of the day, bullying somebody for their appearance is bullshit childhood middle school playground garbage. And most of the people I see going in on her for her appearance are fucking grown men in their 20s, their 30s, 40s, and older. And I think you guys are just fucking giving comic book fans a bad fucking name. You don't like James Gunn's universe? Totally fine. You don't have to. You can keep sucking on the dead universe of Zack Snyder's teat all you'd like. I liked a couple things Zack Snyder did. But guess what? Time moves on, things go away, and new things come out.
CinemaCon didn't just show Clayface footage, by the way. A Supergirl scene shown at CinemaCon shows Kara Zor-El, played by Milly Alcock, get on what appears to be a space bus loaded with aliens. If you remember, a lot of the Snyder Bros' complaints were the initial teaser didn't highlight aliens. In the new footage, she offers one with tentacles on its face, a stick of gum, and asks them to stop smoking. She then asks another alien if they're comfy as they sleep on her. She asks if they have a clue what she's saying, and the alien responds in perfect English, "Do I look like an idiot to you?" Kara then hears young Ruthia being accosted by a different, large alien, screeching in a different language. Kara screeches back and explains that Ruthia offended the alien per their culture. Ruthia follows Supergirl back to her seat, as Supergirl asks why she's not with Krypto, presumably after Krem of the Yellow Hills injures the Superdog, as seen in the latest trailer. The bus is caught in a tractor beam of red lightning as a group of pirates phase on board. Kara tells Ruthia that they are all going to be robbed. One of the pirates approaches Kara and asks for a watch in her pocket. Kara begrudgingly gives it up. Supergirl and the pirate both notice that Ruthia has drawn her sword, and Kara encourages her to lower it. The sword is then taken by the pirate. Kara whispers, "I have a plan, kind of." Kara then gets up and asks for the watch and sword back in exchange for one of their teleportation phasing devices. This starts a fight between the pirates, where Kara and her enemies are both using the teleportation technology. Kara is still clearly somewhat depowered by red sunlight. She hurts her fists punching people and is able to get injured herself. She's also still getting used to the teleportation tech, at one point sending herself under of the other passengers. Kara asks the bus driver if they can get any closer to a nearby planet, so she can be empowered by yellow sunlight, and the driver says they can't without an engine. Kara begins putting on a spacesuit, but before she can put on a helmet, the main pirate sends her out the airlock, leaving her floating and frozen in space. The bus driver, a small, mousy alien, says, "I knew I should have called in sick today, Lloyd." As the sun rises over the nearby planet, Kara's powers are returned and she wakes up in space. She flies back to the bus and destroys the robots the pirates used to invade the ship. Just as she is almost done, one of the pirates shoots her with a laser from one of their nearby ships, sending her hurtling. Kara then takes off toward the sun to get greater powers as the pirates take pursuit. Kara flies through a debris field with the pirates in tow, turning as soon as she's clear. The main pirate shoots a laser at Kara again, and Supergirl's newly returned heat vision overpowers it, destroying their cannon. The trailer then begins cutting through footage, including Kara telling the pirates, now captured, "My dog's dying, so I don't really have time for this. Let's get to it," as her eyes begin to glow. One shot shows Kara and Krypto being loaded onto an escape pod, presumably from Argo City, as her parents send her away. Ruthia asks Supergirl what Superman is like, and David Corenswet appears on screen. "He's a freaking nerd," which is followed by Corenswet saying, "Hi there." A flashback shows Krypto as a puppy running around Kafra as she lies on her bed listening to music. She says, "There's no home without you, buddy." At the end of the trailer, catches a spear headed for Ruthia and uses her heat vision to blast away the man who threw it. On some Man of Tomorrow news, at CinemaCon, while a lot of attention was aimed at other DC projects, Peter Safran dropped a key update that fans have been waiting for. He confirmed that cameras roll next week on Man of Tomorrow, signaling that production is finally kicking into gear on the highly anticipated sequel to 2025's Superman. This is the kind of story flips the classic Superman-Luthor dynamic on its head in a way that feels fresh and unpredictable. The threat forcing this uneasy partnership is none other than Brainiac, played by Lars Eidinger. That's a villain fans have been waiting to see done right on the big screen, and throwing him into a story where Superman has to rely on Luthor could create some seriously tense moments. Trust between those two isn't exactly easy to come by, and that friction is likely where a lot of the drama will live. David Corenswet and Nicholas Hoult tease they are taking on a new villain to Superman movies, and an unlikely alliance. Try saving the world with your sworn enemy. We also have a rumor of a planned scene. According to a rumor shared on X by Superman Saga News, Gunn is planning to shoot a jail scene later this month, requiring over 100 extras for scenes partly filmed in a real prison, and later on a soundstage. This may be a simple prison break, or, with any luck, an adaptation of Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley's All-Star Superman 5. In that issue, a bumbling Clark Kent visited Lex in prison for a Daily Planet profile, secretly using his powers to repeatedly save the villain when a riot broke out. We'll have to wait and see whether this pans out, but it sounds like a sequence that has the potential to be a standout set piece in Man of Tomorrow. Also on some David Corenswet news, we have a first look at Mr. Irrelevant. No, he isn't playing Zack Snyder, joking, just joking. It's an NFL sports drama set in 1983. More specifically, it is a biographical sports drama about the late NFL player, starring David Corenswet as Tuggle, who was the last pick in the 1983 NFL draft. Directed by Jonathan Levine and written by Nick Santora, the film also features Isabel May and Michael Shannon, and is scheduled for a Christmas Day release on December 25, 2026, from Paramount Pictures. With that, it's today's hubbub. Wallets open. No Snyderverse, no problem.